Welcome once again to Shelf Life Book Reviews Online. Thank you as always for taking the time to watch my video, which hopefully you do find informative. I will be reviewing a really exciting book, but first, a little advertisement. For those in the London, Ontario area watching this video and who do pick up Shelf Life, the new issue is being distributed this week and early next week. So it's got 54 book reviews. Lots of fiction, non-fiction, children's picture books. So if you're looking for the latest issue, be on the lookout because it's out there at City Lights Bookshop, Attic Books, Heroes Bookstore, Grooves on Dundas, the Covent Garden Market Building, the Superstore, the Goodwill Bookstore out on Wellington, and the Goodwill Bookstore on Adelaide, plus many more locations. So have a look out for it. End of shameless plug. Now to the book at hand, and this is a great one. It's The Land of Lost Things by John Connolly. This is published by Emily Bessler Atria Books, and it retails for $37. Those who are familiar with John Connolly know he has done the Charlie Parker series. There are nearly 24 books in that series, and it's sort of a supernatural sort of type thriller. But John Connolly earlier wrote a book called The Book of Lost Things in 2006. Now, people have been waiting for a sequel, and I think we can forgive him for waiting 17 years, especially when the sequel is this good. The Land of Lost Things is another fantasy tale that mixes fairy tales with reality, with fiction, with it's just so much to it. And they say it's young adult fiction, but I think anybody could read this and enjoy it. You don't have to be a child to enjoy it. People of all ages. Now, the book revolves around Phoebe. She's 8 years old, and she is seriously, critically injured in a car accident. She is in a coma. She is not waking up, and the question is, will she ever wake up? Her mother, whose name is Ceres, C-E-R-E-S, I guess it's pronounced Ceres, she stays by her bedside. She is not giving up hope, and she reads her fairy tales, the type of tales that she often read to her before. And her father used to read her fairy tales too. So it's fairy tales are a very important part of both their lives. So she's by her bedside. She reads the fairy tales, but they tell her that her daughter Phoebe should be sent to a long-term facility because it's uncertain whether she will ever respond and get out of the coma. So she goes to a place called Lantern House, and she's there and she reads the fairy tales. There, she is called to her side because she's, in even more critical condition. Now, the daughter's still alive. So Ceres goes to another part of the Lantern House, and she finds another house. And it is filled with, it's like a library filled with books. And the author who was in that house, he mysteriously disappeared. So Ceres goes through a door, and she finds herself in a fairy tale-like world where there are many people. There is the woodsman, who he's a good guy, and he does his best to help her on her journey. And what is the journey? We're unsure. But there she meets the deadly dryad. She meets the fae, the deadly fae who are killers. She meets the pale lady of death. She meets the spirit of the waters, giants, and there are also references in here. She meets characters like Rapunzel, Red Riding Hood, and the Three Little Pigs are even mixed in for good measure. So it is absolutely, I can say, a charming fable, fairy tale, call it what you will. The way that John Connolly writes this book is absolutely mesmerizing. You will be transfixed to every single page. It's like a magical work. And the question is, she's trying to get back home to her daughter. Hopefully she will respond. And so there are murders in the book. So there are people, you don't know who they are. but it's the crooked man. He's the man who is at the center of it all. He is basically someone who is composed of hundreds of, well, millions of types of insects make up his body. His arms are made with centipedes, and it's just beetles, and it's just a ghoulish, grisly type of person. But Ceres faces him, and the crooked man basically says, well, maybe I'll make a deal with you that you can bring your daughter back to what she was. So, but she doesn't trust him, and with good reason. So I can't say much more without giving away the plot, but let's just say Ceres does get back to her daughter, okay? And I wonder if John Connolly will do another book in this series, if he's going to wait 17 years. If he does, and it's this good, well, I guess we can sort of cut the man some slack. But if you're looking for an amazing book that it has a little bit of everything in it, The Land of Lost Things is definitely a book that you will love. You might want to read it again. So that's the book I wanted to draw to your attention. If you do purchase it, please let me know if you do agree with my review. So thank you for watching, and we will meet again soon. And until that time, stay safe, stay sane, stay in touch, and I will see you at the bookstore. Bye for now.